Coming to you from Manchester, you're watching New Hampshire's #1 source for news. Next.
Tonight, forecasters say Floyd is losing some of its punch as it moves up the eastern coast.
New Hampshire is ready for whatever Floyd brings. Safety precautions are already in place.
And several people are confirmed dead at this hour after a shooting at a Texas church.
Live from the WMUR Broadcast Center. This is New Hampshire's WMUR News 9 tonight.
And good evening, New Hampshire. Thanks for joining us tonight. Hurricane strength winds are now hammering, and I mean hammering, the North Carolina coastline. Hurricane Floyd inching closer to land along the North and South Carolina seaboard.
His aftermath is expected to reach New Hampshire around this time tomorrow night. We have live team coverage beginning with Gene Mackin in the Update Center.
Tonight, Floyd is a Category 3 hurricane packing winds of 115 miles an hour, strong enough to cause mass evacuations and damage. Landfall is expected tonight. Floyd's fast approach was evident in the air. Hurricane force winds crossed into the Carolinas. After brushing by Florida and Georgia, as the eye focused on the Wilmington, North Carolina area, 3 million people were already fleeing Floyd's path.
6 hours and we've gone 9 miles.
I actually stayed here through Dennis, and that was a baby compared to what's coming this way now.
Thousands evacuated to inland shelters up and down the southeast.
With bumper-to-bumper traffic, this is as far as we got.
With mandatory evacuations and curfews in place, many seaside communities look like boarded-up ghost towns, except for a few souls who choose to weather this massive storm. States of emergency are in effect from Delaware down south, and without making landfall, Floyd is making his mark, leaving behind floodwaters, power outages, and normally unshakable coastal residents.
It's a big one. Biggest one yet.
Floyd makes landfall around Wilmington, North Carolina. It will be the 5th hurricane there in 3 years. At this time, the one possible death caused by Floyd is in the Bahamas, where a resident is reported missing. In the Update Center, Gene Mackin, WMUR News 9.
Now for a look at the latest track of Hurricane Floyd, let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Mike Haddad. Mike?
And yeah, thanks a lot, Tom. We are talking right now about the hurricane force conditions right now approaching the part of North Carolina, anywhere from Wilmington on south to Cape Fear. We'll show you what's happening on the radar scopes, and clearly the eye is well defined. You can see it is located just south of the extreme southern part of North Carolina, about 100 miles south of Wilmington, but about 80 miles south of hitting landfall. If it goes due north, it will bump into the coast during the next 4 to 5 hours, with the hurricane force winds increasing and then decreasing quickly as soon as it bumps into land. But well out ahead of it, plenty of rain stretching all the way in towards New England. And right now we are dealing with maximum sustained winds around the center at 115, but it should weaken down to a minimal hurricane or maximum tropical storm as early as tomorrow midday. We'll talk about the exact track and what it all means for New Hampshire tomorrow and into early Friday in a short few minutes.
So, northern New England may not be at risk for a full-throttle hurricane, but as you just heard, we are in for some nasty weather. Tonight, we continue our storm team coverage with Debbie Rodman. She is live out in Hampton with a look at how New Hampshire's gearing up for Floyd.
Well, tonight, the Seacoast is preparing for Floyd's arrival. People are doing whatever it takes to protect their properties. Get ready for Floyd. That's exactly what merchants on Hampton Beach are thinking. Tasty Tower doesn't close for the season until next week. But with Floyd in the picture, the owner isn't taking chances.
Since Floyd is coming, we boarded up now, so we don't have to go through any inconvenience.
You can already feel Floyd in the air. It's beginning to rain, and the heavy surf is rolling in. A crowd of surfers came to catch the waves.
I'm trying to get an hour or two in before Floyd hits. Waves are starting to build.
At the Wentworth by the Sea Marina, boaters spent the day battening down the hatches. With up to 50-mile-an-hour winds and up to 5 inches of rain predicted, people are urged to have the basics.
Enough food, bottled water, flashlights and batteries, and a battery-powered radio to keep track of what's going on.
Thanks for calling.
Extra operators will be on duty at Public Service Company of New Hampshire. The state's largest utility is keeping a close eye on Floyd. Trouble could come in the form of power outages, but crews are geared up to face any fury.
We expect to be able to respond in a manner as quickly as possible with as many crews as are needed to get the power back on.
The rain has been steady here in Hampton for the past couple of hours. Of course, as time wears on, the conditions are expected to become much worse. Reporting live from Hampton Beach tonight, Debbie Rodman, WMUR News 9.
In other news now, tonight at least 7 people are dead after a gunman opens fire during a Wednesday night prayer service in a Fort Worth, Texas church. Authorities say a gunman entered the Wedgwood Baptist Church just after 7 tonight. 3 adults and 3 teenagers were killed, and then the gunman killed himself. 8 others were wounded, some of them critically. Witnesses say the shooter was a tall man, long hair and a mustache. The motive is still a mystery.
Still much more to come on News 9 tonight. We asked some Granite State voters what they thought about the Senate race come the year 2002.
Plus, both sides of the Claremont education lawsuit are preparing to go back to court. We'll have the latest on the case.
Also, one New Hampshire teacher has been nominated by the Walt Disney Company. We'll tell you why.
This is New Hampshire's WMUR News 9 tonight with Tom Griffin and Jennifer Vaughn.
Funding for closed captioning of this newscast made possible by State Street Global Advisors in Manchester, offering private asset management to successful individuals, financial solutions, personal service.
For the first time ever.
And only available in New England.
Announcing the all-new award-winning Subaru Forester Limited Edition.
Featuring a special value package.
With over $1,100 in discount savings.
Imagine one of the hottest selling SUVs in America.
With over $1,100 off MSRP.
So don't wait.
Get to your local Subaru dealer now.
And save $1,100 off.
The all-new Subaru Forester Limited Edition.
Before it's too late.
This is New Hampshire at its best, the Mounted Police of Dover. There's some pretty compelling evidence that horses have a way of creating a good rapport between police and the community, and as a result, reduce crime. How does a good idea like Dover's Mounted Police program get started? Like many success stories in our state, the answer is community involvement and PSNH, Public Service of New Hampshire, supporting your life in every moment.
See how I lean into the horse, embracing it with my body to allow for a more aerodynamic form. And then, as the finish line approaches, horse and I become one, speeding towards glory. Come on, baby! Give me a special sauce! Yeah!
Rockingham Park, Salem, New Hampshire. Live thoroughbred racing June through September. Let's rock.
Nobody beats the big man in the middle, but even I can't eat this whole encore entree. If I can't slam dunk these juicy, flame-broiled Salisbury steaks, nobody can.
Time out, big guy. Encore's a 2-pound family-size entree.
I don't have a family.
Then I'll bring mine. Your house at 5?
Cool.
Al, this Encore lasagna is...
Your place, 6 tomorrow.
For tasting more, it's Encore.
The time is fast approaching for the return of NASCAR racing to New Hampshire International Speedway with more speed, thrills, and excitement on Saturday, September 18th at 1 p.m. for the New Hampshire Twin 100. See NASCAR racing at its best. A 100-lap Busch North Series shootout, followed by the Featherlight Modified Series going fender to fender for 100 laps. Plus, final round Winston Cup qualifying and practice. Charge by phone 603-783-4931 to reserve your tickets or get them at the gate. Race day, Saturday, September 18th at 1 p.m. Only at New Hampshire International Speedway, Route 106, Loudon.
Where would you go in a Honda 4-wheel drive CR-V? Would you climb Mount McKinley? Would you swim with dolphins? Would you sleep under the stars? Would you wrestle with a river? Would you search for lost civilizations? Would you find the perfect wave? Or would you go for a really thrilling video? The Honda 4-wheel drive CR-V, prepared for anything you are.
If Bob Smith should decide to run again for U.S. Senate in 2002, his decision to defect from the Republican Party would hurt him.
That information comes from the latest WMUR CNN poll. Now, we asked voters whether they'd vote for Smith, who is now an independent. Only 15% said yes. 23% they'd vote for a Republican candidate. The same for a Democratic candidate. But most voters, 35%, say that they'd wait to see who else is in the race before deciding. The poll was conducted for WMUR by the UNH Survey Center.
Both sides of the Claremont education lawsuit head back to court next month. 5 towns suing the state over how it pays for public schools will argue why the new funding formula is no good. Each side will have 45 minutes to make their case before the state Supreme Court. The new system, of course, is based heavily on that statewide property tax.
Lots of scenarios out there. I guess it's still too early to say exactly what's going to happen.
I guess you could always say that with a hurricane until it's already by you, and then you can explain what did happen. But we know the rain's already moved in, so that's the big news. The rain is here and here to stay. There is a flood watch out for parts of New Hampshire, so certainly the big key is rain. Question, will there be some strong damaging winds?
Rain and wind.
We'll find it all out.
Yeah,
Can't wait.
We're going to find out with a full forecast when we come back.
In sports tonight, a soccer showdown to tell you about in Manchester. Charlie will be in with all of those exciting highlights coming up.
When you're on the move and see news in progress, call WMUR News 9 by dialing pound 99 on your wireless phone. Service provided by U.S. Cellular Wireless Communications. This newscast is brought to you in part by your New England Ford dealers.
I just want to celebrate.
Always ready to go anywhere or do anything. Celebrate that feeling in a new Ford Explorer. Now, during the Ford Authorized Clearance, get a never-before offered 0.9 financing and 500 cash back on all 99 Explorers in stock, saving you over $4,400.
I just want to celebrate.
Yeah. Celebrate the possibilities in Explorer during the Ford Authorized Clearance at your New England Ford dealer.
What if I want to drive as fast as I can?
What if I don't want to act my age?
What if instead of growing older,
we just want to keep growing?
Whatever the future holds for you, you can rest assured there's a healthcare organization looking forward to tomorrow as much as you are.
What if I plan on living another 75 years?
What if you didn't have to worry about healthcare? Blue Cross Blue Shield.
We're known as Bill and Mill, or the other way around, Mill and Bill.
We love Walmart because they're friendly all over. You can't beat the service that Ann gives to us. You couldn't get anything quicker.
She's the very best there is in pharmacists.
Yes, there is no one better. And if somebody wants to give me an argument about that, send them over.
You feel you trust her.
Don't forget, the medicine that she gives to us has to keep us going. Life is a wonderful thing if you have your health.
Hi, I'm Linda Lovering of Lovering Volvo in Nashua. Have you heard the latest news? It's not the new C70.
And I'm Rich Lovering of Lovering Volvo in Concord. And as classy as it is, it's not the S80 either.
It's the brand new Volvo B40 wagon starting at just $23,900.
And if you want a sedan, it's the all-new Volvo S40 starting at just $22,900.
So if it's the brand new family wagon you want,
or that sporty sedan, they're both here at Lovering Volvo in Concord. No, dear Concord.
No.
What do you want in a bank?
I want a bank that makes it easy to open accounts.
Easy to open accounts.
Easy to open accounts.
That's Citizens. Introducing Citizens Quick Switch, the easiest way to open a Circle checking account. Satisfaction guaranteed or $25 cash back.
That'd be good.
That'd be great. That's us. Make the quick switch today. Citizens Bank. Everything you want in a bank.
A bank that'll give me like one of those weird little gifts, like a yo-yo or, something I could use.
Almost everything.
When you're ready for the big machines, Chapel Tractor Sales has the equipment you'll need for the tough jobs. Whether you're moving earth or mowing lawns, lifting stone, or throwing snow. The new Boomer compact tractor from New Holland is a workhorse that can handle any job you can dream up. It's easy to operate, simple to service, and surprisingly comfortable. New Holland, like nothing you've ever seen before. Whether you're an excavation professional or want the best tool for the job at home,
There's nobody quite like the hard-working people of Chapel.
Chapel Tractor Sales in Milford and Brentwood.
Outside, its aggressive V6 engine gives you the power to run wild. Inside, it's as quiet as the open plains. Motor Week's best small SUV of the year, the V6 Grand Vitara. From Suzuki.
That's a Suzuki?
I hope she got my good side.
Now, meteorologist Mike Haddad with your New Hampshire weather.
And yes, the rains have moved in, and with the cloud cover, those temperatures are not going to drop nearly as chilly as recent nights. Down to 63 in Berlin, mostly cloudy there, and 60s, 66, the magic number across many parts of central and southern New Hampshire. Well out in advance of this storm, Floyd well to the south, the rains are advancing. There is a front that stalled right over New England. That's acting as a running board in the track for this storm to take. It should line up right along this rain band somewhere across the Virginias and then over extreme southern Jersey and just south of New England sometime by Friday. As we pan out a little bit further, you can see all the tropical rains well to our south, but more rain advancing up towards New England. The heaviest, 10 to 15 inches already have fallen in parts of North Carolina and extreme southern Virginia. So they're dealing with flooding already, and there is a flood potential here for late tomorrow evening on into Friday. Certainly the center of circulation is moving north to northeast. We'll come across the eastern part of North Carolina later on tonight. So we are talking about those damaging conditions over the eastern part of that state. As of 11 o'clock, 32.9 north, 78.3 west, maximum sustained winds still at 115, but as you might expect, as it goes over land tonight, it will weaken considerably. Also, the pressure up just a little bit, indicating the storm may start to weaken as it deals with the influencing fact of the land. Now, the most likely path as the trough of low pressure digs in from the west is to trigger this storm and kick it out to the east and northeast, initially to the northwest. Earlier today, kicked around to the north and now northeast, moving right up towards southeastern parts of Virginia by early afternoon tomorrow, and then moving towards Cape Cod and then out to sea by afternoon on Friday. It is picking up speed, now up to 18 miles an hour, so by tomorrow night, the heaviest will be upon us, and then after that, it should quiet down. So the big keys around here, the track is south of New Hampshire. That certainly means heavy rain moving in during the day tomorrow and right through early Friday morning with a flood potential, and also strong gusty northeasterly winds. I don't expect damaging winds, only 20 to 45 miles per hour. We've seen those type of winds in the past without even a hurricane around, so don't anticipate any damage due to that. After that, for the weekend, clearing skies for Saturday and Sunday. Overnight, rain and fog south of the notches, some heavy during the morning, cloudy up north, 50s north, and 60s in the south. During the day tomorrow, heavy rain from the lakes on south, and if you like this sort of thing, get your galoshes out, and I know Charlie will be out with his umbrella, but it won't help by evening because the wind may blow that around 60s to around 70, and there's your weekend forecast. Charlie asked if the rain could be out of here for the big race weekend, and we're going to try to deliver. Late Friday clears out for some partial sun before the day is done, and Saturday and Sunday look great.
Promise?
Very good.
Promise? I never promise with a forecast, but it looks like a good bet. I'll tell you that.
All right.
And Charlie's a betting man.
At least you're honest
I am.
about that, right? Yeah.
But I wouldn't bet on this one.
No.
Because I like those Floyd
wise.
features. You've got some nice features that
It is a
when
big
it'll be like
storm, though.
tomorrow.
And I'll tell you what, there's a lot invested this weekend with race weekend.
It sure is. We're supposed to play golf tomorrow morning in the NHIS golf tournament. Doesn't look like we'll be
You might just
having too
squeak
much
it
fun
in,
out there.
Charlie.
Yeah, literally. Rain keeps up, it won't come down. All right, Red Sox wrapping up their 3-game series in Cleveland. It's still going on. Where does it stand? We'll tell you that and a whole lot more coming up in sports.
This newscast is brought to you in part by your New Hampshire Dodge dealers. Do not follow. Do not conform. Be different.
Second quarter figures show a strong uptick in gross revenues with a corresponding increase in pre-tax profits. The market, of course, looked upon this very favorably, and the resulting surge in our stock price brings our market capitalization to within 10% of year-end projections. To elaborate on what this means for the company, I'd like to turn the floor over to our chairman.
Continuing coverage of Campaign 2000, WMUR-TV presents Meet the Candidates.
Republican John McCain of Arizona is serving his third term in the U.S. Senate. He has also served in the U.S. House of Representatives and received numerous military honors in the U.S. Navy. McCain's priorities include reforms to political campaign finance, a strong national defense, reducing the size of government, and protecting Social Security and Medicare.
Campaign 2000 coverage brought to you by WMUR-TV and Fleet.
I don't want big government in my medicine cabinet.
Hi, I'm Flo. Maybe you've seen my commercials.
Who hasn't?
Oh, Bill, I'm trying to tell seniors about changes that affect our medicines, and some of it is good. There are new plans in Washington to help more seniors get prescription coverage.
And the catch?
Well, with the White House plan, there's a chance millions of seniors could lose the coverage we have now.
Our coverage?
And end up in a big government plan. So call. There's a lot to learn.
Extra, extra! Read all about it! It's the Doble Chevrolet Buick year-end clearance sale!
When New England's #1 GM dealer has a year-end clearance sale, it's something to shout about.
Like Chevy Suburbans, now slashed to just $399 a month. Chevy Malibus now priced at only $239 a month. Or Silverados now reduced to just $239 a month.
We've sold over 70,000 vehicles since 1955, which means we know how to put on a sale. Doble's year-end clearance sale. Don't let the savings pass you by.
So come on, baby. Let's get on board that jet plane and fly it. Yeah, baby. Come on. Let's go.
Digital choice single rate.
Yeah.
Everything's included.
Yeah.
Except gas.
We gotta get out of this place.
Bell Atlantic Mobile.
If it's the last thing we ever do.
It's for you.
We gotta get out.
So I get this mail from Progressive saying they have a smart new way to shop for auto insurance.
Progressive, can I help you?
They give you their rates plus the rates of several other companies. I wonder whose rates are going to be lowest.
It looks like you could save over $200 if you went with...
What? You're an insurance company?
Hey, we know how hard it is to shop for auto insurance. A lot of times we're the lowest. Sometimes we're not.
That's not what I expected from an insurance company. And then he said, well, maybe you should.
Call 1-800-AUTO-PRO or your authorized independent agent.
The new Nissans are here, and there's something for everyone. Like the new Maxima 2000, the 222-horsepower sports sedan the automotive press can't stop raving about. Or the totally new Xterra, with everything you need and nothing you don't. Plus, there's still time to get $2,000 cash back on the '99.5 Pathfinder, which no other SUV outperformed in recent government crash tests. Get to your Nissan dealer because they have something for everyone. Offer ends September 30th.
Now, Charlie Sherman with WMUR News 9 Sports.
The red-hot Red Sox are in the midst of wrapping up their three-game series with the Indians at Jacobs Field. Sox started their ace, Pedro Martinez. He was looking for win number 22 of the year, but he will not get it. Let's go to Jacobs Field, where the action was fast and furious. Sox drew first blood in the top of the third when Jose Offerman goes deep, a two-run shot. 7th of the season for Offerman. Sox take a 2-0 lead. It would be 2-2. Top of the 5th inning, Jose comes through again, making contact. He hits the grounder to short. Wilton Veras scores. 3-2. Red Sox take the lead. Check in with Pedro now. Bottom of the 5th, he gets David Justice swinging. That ended the inning. Pedro's numbers: 14 strikeouts tonight, 2 earned runs in 7 innings of work, but then he left. Sox bullpen couldn't hold the lead. They would come back in the 9th. 4-3 game. Trot Nixon delivers a sac fly to center, scores Donnie Sadler, evens it at 4-4. That is where we stand right now in the bottom of the 10th. Sox and Indians all tied up. Yankees and Blue Jays at Sky Dome in Toronto. Joe Torre looking calm, cool, and collected. Game 4-4 in the 6th. Bernie Williams connects, though, for a 2-run homer, 24th of the year. 6-4 Yankees. They go on to win by that score. Oakland off. Here's your wild card. Oakland 3 games back. That'll change depending on what happens with the Red Sox. Toronto 7 back after losing tonight. A big soccer matchup at Singer Family Park tonight. The Penmen of New Hampshire College taking on the Hawks of St. Anselm College under the lights in one that would go into overtime. For 90 minutes, the goalies ruled the field. The Hawks, John McLeod, and the Penmen's Tobias Svensson. Say that fast 3 times. Turned away everything that came their way. No goals by the end of regulation. We go to overtime. In the 101st minute of the game, the Penmen's Glenn Hollingsworth finds the back of the net for the game winner. New Hampshire College wins a thriller 1-0. The final score, Tobias Fonstessen. Something like that. The big. We got more soccer. Plymouth State College and Brandeis University. In Plymouth, scoreless game first half. The Panthers and White strike first. Judy Theriault takes it herself for the goal. 1-0 Panthers. They add 2 more and win it over Brandeis. 3-0 the final. The big race weekend gets underway tomorrow at New Hampshire International Speedway with the Busch North practice and qualifying. That weather permitting, of course. You saw that Floyd profile. And if you are heading to the Speedway, you'll want to stop by the Kmart Kids Race Against Drugs program, which features miniature race cars. Kids 7 to 12 are invited to participate in races around a specially designed track located inside the Southgate entrance. Funds raised will benefit the New Hampshire State Police DARE program. Manchester's Veris Racing is hoping to pull off their first win of the season at the Speedway this weekend. Jamie Obey will be behind the wheel of his number 67 Chevy Monte Carlo on Saturday, a car that'll sport a new paint job. Media One will sponsor the 3-time Busch Grand National Champion for the Twin 100s.
And that's kind of our home track, and if we can get over there and get rid of this lousy weather, maybe we can pull off our win for the year.
Oscar De La Hoya and Felix Trinidad will met today. Oh, let's go to Driving Force. I want to tell you about that. I'm in such a hurry here. Driving Force, Friday night, 7 o'clock. Driver interviews, feature stories as we preview the Duralube Kmart 300. Oscar De La Hoya and Felix Trinidad met in Las Vegas today with the media to talk about their welterweight championship fight on Saturday. It's for the long-awaited fight to decide the welterweight championship, and it'll be held at Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas, a fight that's being dubbed as a fight of the millennium.
I'm very ready for this fight, very prepared. I know, like all my other fights, it's going to be very tough, but I fight till the end, and may the best man win.
All right, a live amateur boxing card featuring Golden Glove boxers, followed by closed circuit, will be held on Saturday night at the Ice Center in Salem. And good news for Patriots Willie McGinnis today. He was rewarded for his big game against the Jets. McGinnis named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week. McGinnis recovered a fumble for a touchdown, had 2 sacks, and forced a fumble in the Pats' 30-28 win on Sunday. Pats, of course, taking on the Colts at Foxborough this weekend.
That's the highlight of my entire week, knowing that the Patriots are fast approaching on a Sunday afternoon. Oh, Sunday evening, isn't it? Sunday evening this week?
I'm not going to tell you.
I'll find out anyway. Mark my words.
Okay, thank you. Up next on News 9 tonight, a New Hampshire teacher goes to the head of the class.
I'm going to let you know what he did to get such high marks.
It will draw you in. You won't want to miss it. The last great Toyota clearance of the 20th century. Toyota 2000 is almost here, and we must clear out every 99 Toyota to make room. Every Toyota Avalon is clearance price to sell now. Get a 4Runner with clearance savings up to $900, or get year-end savings over $1,400 on Toyota RAV4. But they're going fast, so hurry before the Toyota you want is gone.
Jill has been a delight to have in our family. She keeps my life even busier than it was before. So it's very important that a diaper does the job it's supposed to do. White Cloud diapers have worked great for us. And since they're only at Walmart, I know they're a great value. White Cloud's breathable sides allow her skin to stay more comfortable. I like White Cloud's slim fit and those baby Looney Tunes characters on the grip tabs. With as many diapers as we go through, it's great to find a premium diaper at such a reasonable price. Even with diapers, she still deserves the best.
Medicare funding is $20 billion less than the balanced budget provided.
My dad believed the promise that Medicare funding for nursing home care would always be there. Now he can't get the care he needs.
Al Gore has the power to make the Clinton administration restore vital Medicare funding for nursing home patients. Call Al Gore. Tell him to keep the promise. Call now.
Hi, I'm Linda Lovering of Lovering Volvo in Nashua. Have you heard the latest news? It's not the new C70.
And I'm Rich Lovering of Lovering Volvo in Concord. And as classy as it is, it's not the S80 either.
It's the brand new Volvo B40 wagon starting at just $23,900.
And if you want a sedan, it's the all-new Volvo S40 starting at just $22,900.
So if it's the brand new family wagon you want,
or that sporty sedan, they're both here at Lovering Volvo in Concord. No, dear Concord.
No, no.
It's so nice to get together outside of the office.
Excuse me. What?
What does she do?
The same thing I do.
I think she makes more money than you do.
Don't start. She makes the same.
How can she decorate like this on your salary?
What's the secret to holiday decorating? Incredible savings on beautiful Christmas collectibles from around the world. Starts tomorrow at Home Goods. But hurry in. Many are one of a kind.
Can you pass the bread, please? Oh, sure.
I was told Hood has a fat-free milk that tastes like 2%. What do? Well, she's asking about Hood's new Simply Smart milk. You see, Hood's found a natural way to remove some of the liquid that makes fat-free milk look and taste watery. And it actually makes the milk more nutritious, too. People tell us the fat-free tastes like 2%, and Simply Smart 1% tastes like whole milk. Try it. Tell us what you think.
Test drive a BMW 5 Series at your local BMW Center.
Well, finally tonight, a Timberlane teacher will be heading west in November and could walk away with a national award.
His name is Eric Constantino. He is one of 39 finalists for the Teacher of the Year Award, and that was actually given out by the Walt Disney Company. Today, a film crew was on hand to record the way that he teaches his high school students. The panelists will review films of all the nominees, and eventually the winner will emerge. However, his principal says Constantino students are the real winners here.
It's not a teacher giving students answers. It's a teacher continuing to question and making those students make the connections between the different novels that he's trying to show them for the concepts.
And good luck to him. The award ceremony will be broadcast on the Disney Channel. That will be November 15th.
Yes, we wish the best. Mike Haddad, we want to jump over to him and just get a double check on if anybody is really up later tonight. You might want to watch the Weather Channel and watch the big storm come on.
I caught you flipping by the Weather Channel earlier
I'll probably
tonight.
go home and watch until 2 or 3 and find out what happens.
Why not? Well, let's look at the track one more time. It is going to race across eastern parts of North Carolina tonight. Strong winds there. By the time it goes just south of us by Friday morning, we're dealing with torrential rains, possibility of flooding, and then the strong gusty winds. Only about 40 to 45 miles per hour. That could change a bit. We'll update you tomorrow.
All right. That's going to do it for this edition of News 9 tonight. Thanks very much for watching.
And make sure you join us for News 9 Daybreak. Comes your way at 5 a.m. All the latest news, weather, and sports you'll see. The Nightline is straight ahead. Have a fantastic evening, everyone. Catch you again tomorrow.
Good night.